Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield. I'm the Get Fit Guy, and in today's episode, you're going to discover exactly how often you should lift weights each week. Now, I was recently on a rafting trip in the Grand Canyon, and one of my friends who was on the trip with me sidled up to me on the raft and asked me a question I seem to get quite frequently. How many times per week should I lift weights? Now, I'll grant that the answer to this could be pretty complex. For example, it could highly depend on whether your goals are maximum muscle gain, maintenance of bone density, building strength, maintaining strength, training for a specific sport, etc. However, let's just say that your goal for lifting weights is to simply garner as many benefits as possible from weight training, like strength, lean muscle mass, power, longevity, weight loss, metabolism boosting, etc., with the minimum effective dose of lifting. Well, in this episode, you're going to learn exactly how many times per week you should lift for this minimum effective dose, along with maximum benefit. Now, in the episode, How Much Exercise Do You Need for Longevity? And you can grab that episode over at quickanddirtytips.com. You learned that for ideal longevity, along with many other benefits derived from exercise, you should try to get 150 minutes of physical activity per week and have around 20 to 30 minutes of that be extremely vigorous. However, there's a distinct difference between lifting weights and exercise. For example, in the episode, How to Look Good Naked and Live a Long Time, I discussed the importance of targeting specific energy systems, specifically cardiovascular fitness, muscle endurance, strength, mitochondrial density, metabolic efficiency, and stamina. Now, only one of those components, strength, is targeted with weight training. So unless you're performing some hybrid form of strength aerobic mix like, say, CrossFit, the other components should be trained with exercise sessions that occur separately before or after your actual weight training session. So that gets us back to our initial question. If we're going to look at strength training as an isolated activity, what did I actually explain to my companion on the raft? Well, it started with this. The ideal goal for strength training should be maintenance of ideal ratios of strength and muscle mass, with a focus on functional movements that train many joints at the same time, as opposed to isolated movements like bicep curls or leg extensions, or isolated workouts like upper body day and lower body day. Based on this, the goal to get the most benefit out of weight training should be to achieve the maximum amount of strength you can muster in one tightly packed group of muscle fibers. In other words, the development of hard, wiry strength. Now, Paul Jaminet at the website Perfect Health Diet actually has an excellent article outlining why the development of hard, wiry strength is better than simply trying to pack on as much muscle fiber as possible. Now, sure, you can get strong and muscular doing CrossFit-esque workouts that require maximum deadlifts in 2 minutes, or ungodly amounts of snatch reps, or bodybuilding workouts that have you doing bicep curls until you're bleeding out the eyeballs. But none of that is sustainable when it comes to maximizing longevity. Remember, you want to be able to maintain strength and muscle when you're 20, 40, 60, 80, or 100 years old. So for this, I recommend simply 2 strength training workouts per week, with each workout separated by approximately 72 hours. That's about how long it takes for the average person to recover from an ideal full-body strength training workout. Now, your individualized recovery time can actually be measured via something called heart rate variability, also known as HRV. That'll tell you how long it takes your nervous system to recover from a strength training session, since it takes your nervous system slightly longer than your musculoskeletal system to recover. But for most people, again, for a full-body ideal strength training workout, you're looking at about 72 hours of recovery. So this comes out to mean that you're going to be able to do about 2 strength training sessions per week. Now, one example of such a scenario would be 2 5x5 workouts each week. This workout would require a gym or access to some weights such as barbells or dumbbells, and would be quite simple. With as heavy a weight as you can lift with good form, you would do 5 sets of 5 reps of, say, bench press, deadlift, back squat, shoulder press, or power clean. And I should mention that I'm saying bench press because that's what you'll see often recommended in a 5x5 workout. But I personally tend to go for more like a weighted pull-up than a bench press, because I feel that a bench press is not that functional unless you're a football player or someone who needs to press something heavy away from your body for your sport. Now, during the 90-second to 2-minute recovery period between each set of the exercises that I just told you about, you would perform easy mobility exercises or core exercises so you're maximizing your time during the workout. Things like opposite arm, opposite leg extensions, planks, side lunges, jumping rope, etc. And you could simply do this exact workout twice per week. Now, another good twice-a-week strength training scenario would be a combination of Number 1, a super slow lifting protocol. There's a really good one described by Doug McGuff in his book Body by Science, and he gets into specifically 12 to 20 minutes of just a few choice multi-joint exercises with extremely slow, controlled lifting, meaning 30 to 60 seconds per rep, and relatively heavy weights. So for example, his workout is Number 1, a super slow upper body push, like an overhead press. Number 2, a super slow upper body pull, like a pull-up. Number 3, a super slow lower body push, like a squat. And number 4, a super slow lower body pull, like a deadlift. And then your second workout of the week, in addition to that super slow lifting protocol, would be a high-intensity body weight circuit program. Now, there's a really good example of such a program that was actually written up in the New York Times. And in that article, which I'll link to over at quickanddirtytips.com, a pair of researchers designed a 7-minute workout to maintain strength and muscle in as little time as possible. So what they did was 30 seconds of the following exercises with 10 seconds of rest in between each exercise. They did jumping jacks, wall sits, push-ups, crunches, step-ups, squats, dips, planks, running in place with high knees, lunges, push-ups with rotation, and side planks. And I will link to that entire workout over in the show notes at quickanddirtytips.com. So, in summary, to get the most bang for your buck from strength training with the minimum effective dose, you should do 2 strength training workouts, full body, per week. You can, for example, do 2 5x5 workouts, or you could do 1 workout with slow, controlled, super slow heavy lifting, and 1 workout with high-intensity, explosive, light, body weight-esque movements. Recover 72 hours between these sessions, and understand that you must also reap the maximum benefits of physical activity by also focusing on other energy systems that strength training doesn't hit, specifically cardiovascular fitness, muscle endurance, mitochondrial density, metabolic efficiency, and stamina. And I tell you exactly how to do those in my article, How to Look Good Naked and Live a Long Time. I'll link to that also in the show notes over at quickanddirtytips.com. Just look for this episode number 290. And if you have questions, comments, or feedback about the ideal number of times per week to lift weights, then you can join the conversation over at facebook.com/getfitguy. And until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit Guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.